welcome to the next, I was going to say the next level of you. Oh, no, welcome to your Daily Dose of Dani. I am Danielle Rocco, and I also am the host of the Next Level of You, but time and place, Danielle, where are you at this moment? So here we go. This is my personal opinion, and my personal opinion evolves and changes as I evolve and change. But what the heck do you do with your past and your present and your future? This is like coming up so much. And every time I turn on like YouTube to hear my motivation and get my, my jam on, because you know how God talks to me through YouTube and the internet. Yes, that's one of the places of many that he talks to me. It keeps coming up about this topic. So here's my opinion. And it also came up with a lot of my clients. So I'm like, your past, what is the purpose of it besides that you're going through it? The purpose of it is to learn from it. We always say learn from history, but how come as human beings we don't learn from our own history? Our past is our history. So if you're not learning from it, what the hell are you doing with it? Are you living in it? Are you being stuck in it? Is your past dictating what your present is and then what your future is? So this is it. And this is what I learned is that, I didn't learn from my past always. I didn't. I was living and it was part of who I was and it was a story I told myself, and then my past was what created my future, or not my future, but my present, because that was where I lived. I was that teenage mom. I was that person that dropped out of school and then went back and got my GED and then started a company and brought a company and maxed it out. But you see, the good things I didn't think of. I stepped on that like dropped out of school, pregnant teenager. Because I lived in my past until I lived into my present, and now I'm moving into my future. Until God said to me one day, he didn't say it to me, he actually knocked me upside of the head. And how many times is God or universe, call it whatever you want, knocking you upside the head or tapping you lightly on the shoulder saying, hey, you're not living your purpose. And something happens that's happened to you before. And then you do the same thing, because you never learned from it. And then another situation comes up and they're like, hey, come on, change something, learn from what happened last time. Nothing good came out of it. You're still in the same spot and you do nothing until one day something big happens in your life and you're like, whoa, I have to change because I can't exist like this anymore. Or somebody comes into your life and your mind's blown and you're like, whoa, thank God you came into my life. And you make a change. And in that change, so here's the thing. In that change, sometimes what we do is we change for the moment because it feels good, but we don't learn from it. So then 6 months go by, a year goes by, and we end up right back living in our past. Right? I'm going to see what Freddie has to say. Freddie, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about how some people will judge you because of your past, but now they seem confused because they see a different you. Yeah, isn't that the truth? That reminds me of, when you see a guy in his 40s and 50s and he still sees himself as the football star, but he's actually like got a beer belly and got nothing going on with his life because he's still so living in his past. Yeah, that's the vision. So when you live in your past, you're that overweight beer belly ex-football star who could be a star in his own right now, but he chose not to change. So while you go through that aha moment, back to what I said, like in this aha moment, and you start to create this change in your life, you better make sure you realize where you came from and the lesson that you're supposed to learn from it. Because you keep repeating the same lessons until you learn them. You can't progress in who you are, until you do that. Like be abundant, what is it called? Be thankful for the little so that you can be thankful for the lot. Same thing. Learn to learn from your past so that you can propel yourself into your future. But be present in the moment. What did Sherry say? I literally just purged a bunch of stuff from my profile, from my past, just because I don't want to see it anymore or be judged by others of my past. I think I'm clearly judged all the time, every day. And so this is what I say. That judgment is on you. If you're judging me, that's on you, right? Because here's where I am today. I don't live in my past. I learned from it. And I'm evolving and changing. And I feel like I'm just a baby in this evolution of my purpose and who I am. You know? But be present right here, today, in this moment, and be so freaking thankful for the past that you had, because it's brought you here. When you can't be thankful of your past with all of its crap and yucky and gooey and mesh, then you're not being present in the moment. You're still letting your past judge you and live by it. So here, right here's the moment so you can see your future and start moving into it and accept it and be open to it. Can't be open to something where you're still holding on to something else. So there's like stages to it, right? 1, 2, and 3. And it's something you have to work on. It's that self-sabotaging behavior moving into abundance. Feel the flow. And here's another thing. One more thing and then I gotta go because I've got all this stuff on my mind. I want to tell you so many things, but I'm going to overload the system. Is that when you think you've got it and you're done and you don't need anything else, you are slipping back into your past behaviors. So, what did Freddie say? The reason some people are confused is because you're doing better than them. I don't think they're confused. I think it's just a lot of people, hey Erin, a lot of people don't want to admit to themselves what's going on here, so it's easier to deflect to other people. Jealousy, vengefulness, talking about each other, judging. That, all of that is just a projection of what's happening here. You know, and they're trying to, and the more you think of that judgment, the more you think of what they're portraying onto you, is the more they're sucking you back into that thought process. So you got to like stay the frig clear of that and just let it go. Let it go like wind in your hair. Wind in your hair. Sherry, remind me to send you a link on a documentary I watched called Heal, which talks about the power of the mind and how the way you think affects your body. Oh, heck yeah, I want 100%. And I want to watch that documentary because that's totally on your mind can heal anything. But watch what you're letting allow into your mind. Because if you allow the talk and the thoughts of negativity and all of those things I talked about, of judgment, all of that like lower vibrational stuff that will pull you down into that. You can see it and just move past it. But the moment you accept it is the moment that's where you went back down to. That's why you have to continuously surround yourself with like-minded people and people that are way up here that you're striving for. And then when you get to their level, you find more people way up here. It's a constant evolution. You will never see me saying I know everything and I don't need help anymore, ever. Because once you're there, you've stopped evolving. I just had this conversation with my friend and they're like, well, when you're ready. And I'm like, oh, I'm freaking ready. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. It's amazing. It's an amazing adventure. Allow yourself to be in it. And when people fight you, just say, it's okay. I don't need your acceptance. I don't even need you to understand where I'm going. They'll catch up, or they'll no longer be in your life. And that is the name of the game. And I will see you guys on the other side.